Gordon, thank God you're okay. Hold on a sec. I'll get you out of there. Let's hope this still works. Stand back. Here goes. Wow. I forgot what a kick this thing has. Here, you take the gravity gun. You're better with it than I am.
Hello, welcome. This is episode 2, the final episode. The final episode. I was going to say the final episode in the trilogy, but there's no trilogy. It's just the final episode, unfortunately. But it's also what I find to be possibly the best. It's the highlight of the series, I would say. Alex has decided to take her time. Yes, so if this game was as long as episode 2 was, if this game start that again. If this game was as long as Half-Life 2 was, I would consider this to be the best game. Unfortunately, this isn't as long as Half-Life 2, but it is longer than episode 1, thankfully. So, I mean, episode 1's kind of short and shitty. You know, it only takes like a couple of hours to finish. Whereas episode 2 lasts a bit longer than that. It's about 5 hours or... No, not 5 hours, because that's what Half-Life 2 is. Half-Life 2 is about 5 hours. This is probably like closer to 3.5, maybe. 3.5 hours, 4. At a push, depends. Kind of depends how much. So, at first, we don't really get too many... God's sake. We don't really start off with too many weapons, although this game does reward you with weapons rather quickly. It sort of just throws weapons at you on this game. Now there is a little gnome here, and you have to take this gnome all the way to the end of the game if you wish to get an achievement for it. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take it as far as possible, probably to the car section, and then after that I'll leave it there, because getting that thing... Driving with this thing in the car is the worst thing imaginable. There's no holder for the gnome, so all you do is you kind of put it in the back of your car, in between the seats and whatnot, and hope that it doesn't fall out the car. And you have to momentarily keep checking, keep looking behind you, to see if it's fallen out or not. And sometimes you look, it's fine, and then you turn around again, you think it's still fine, but it's turned out it's fallen out somewhere, and then you have to drive all the way back to find out where you left it on the road. And that was an absolute... I've done it too quick. Okay, so yeah, this is an unfortunate common bug. If you put the plug in too early, then she will unfortunately decide to just freeze. So we're going to have to do this again, I'm afraid. Oh, it's the same level. Let's see if I can load an autosave. That was the wrong one. That was the right one. No, she's going to fucking stand there. Let's go back one more then. Okay, unfortunately we'll have to... That's a bug that I often accidentally trigger, simply because I'm too impatient, I guess. Or I just know that. So these, you can see these little small propane tanks, and they were actually added to the game because people couldn't see past the standard sized barrel. They were having a hard time with the giant barrel. They couldn't see past them. So they actually added those small little propane tanks into the game. Right, let's try this again.
Dr. Kleiner and my dad are up north at an old missile base. I hope they're still using this frequency. They're trying to help launch a... Ah, here we go. Damn. What now?
So anyway, once she's up there, I'll give it a couple of seconds before she ask what to do, because if you do it, like I say, if you do it too quick, then you get the bug. So I'm just going to play around with these chairs whilst she
What a mess. This could take a while.
does things.
Hey, if you have any blinding insights into how to fix this, go for it.
So I'm just going to save it here quickly. I want to give her a chance because she does have this issue.
I did,
There we go.
but it worked.
Yeah, so sometimes if you do it too quick, the game doesn't realise you've done it, or something or other, something like that.
White Forest, this is Alex Vance. Do you read? White Forest, come in. White Forest, are you there?
Alex! My goodness! Is that really you?
We're okay. We made it out of City 17.
Alex, thank God. I can hardly believe it.
Don't worry, Dad. We're fine. But something really strange is happening with the Citadel.
Oh yes, we've been monitoring the situation. The raw discharge of the meltdown has been focused into a coherent beam of portal energy.
It's the Combine. They're trying to open another gateway.
Yes, what you're seeing is the infancy of a super portal. If it attains full strength,
It'll be the 7-hour war all over again. Except this time we won't last 7 minutes.
My God. Gordon, what if that's why they were sending so much data from the Citadel? So that
data from the Citadel?
in the control room, they were feeding huge volumes of data directly into the core destruction sequence.
Magnuson, did you hear that? I'll bet it's the Combine portal code.
Yes, I'm not deaf.
I downloaded the whole packet. They've been chasing us ever since.
Well, of course they have. You see, Kleiner, it's the linchpin of all of their plans.
Well, I can see that. I never said...
Somewhere in that sequence, they would have had to establish a connection with the far side. What you have there, young lady, is the specific contact code for the Combine overworld. Good God. If I am right about this, and I have no reason to doubt myself, you are carrying the very code Dr. Mossman had hoped to recover. Now, how soon can you get here?
Well, we'll have to get our bearings, but we can definitely...
There is no time to waste. We'll need to step up the launch schedule. And now, as soon as you get here with the signature data, we'll encode the satellite and get the damn thing into orbit. Get here as quickly as you can, you two.
Dad? Dad! You're breaking up. Come in. Dad!
Right then. So the Combine have found us. They didn't really give us much time,
They're still tracking us.
which is surprising. They were rather quick, considering the Citadel just blew, and we escaped on a train. So it's unclear as to how long you were actually on that train for. She's enjoying herself. Bollocks. So yeah, like I say, you get the weapons. He can stay there for now. You do get the weapons fairly early. You get the Magnum incredibly early on this game. Where's my gnome? Sometimes
Nice.
he's crushed under the wheel. Sometimes the gnome causes the trolley to sort of glitch and stop going any further.
Magnuson has an old rocket up at White Forest. He's been... What was that?
Little hunter. So I'm going to leave this out here because there's no sense carrying it around with me. And we're going to want to find a ladder to climb up. Here's a good ladder. So this is a really nice scene. I really do enjoy this scene. Just because of the setup.
Around out here. Oh my God.
So if you're too close to that kick, you will take a slight amount of damage. So it's always best to back up. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. fresh meat. So the Vortigaunts were massively upgraded in this game. And there's a scene I really do enjoy later on when you meet up with the Vortigaunts. And I might just stay silent for that scene because it's just, you know, you don't want some idiot talking all over it. Seems to it would do it a disservice, if you like. So where's my gnome? My gnome should be out there somewhere. Because the first time I brought my gnome with me into here, and at that point I couldn't get my gnome back. So the gnome should be out here. Where is he? There he is. No worries. Oh, there's a splinter of wood. Anyway, so we get the crowbar here, which is much earlier than episode 1. Oh, I thought I lost it down the shaft then. Let's push this out of the way. Yeah, so you get I think you get the crowbar at the right time. It's not, you don't start with it, but you don't have to go through nearly all of the game that you did have to in episode 1. Let's see if I can get this up here. Might be able to blast it all the way up through the gap. And let's hope that it stays there and it doesn't fall down any holes, because there's a giant hole much later on. Oh yeah, we got a pistol already. So this is where they first updated the HUD. He's going to just run off. This is where they first updated the HUD, and now obviously all of the games run on the Half-Life 2 Episode 1 run on the 2007 version of Source. But back in the day, this was such a massive improvement over the 2004 version, or 2003, I think it must be. Half-Life 2 was released in 2004, but Valve did this weird thing where they Episode 1 was running on the 2006 version, and I think I lost him. I don't think he's coming back unless I can grab him. I think I left him up there. Oh well, I guess we can just get on with the game now and I don't have to worry about him. Oh no, there he is. Was I not supposed to fall down? Oh no, I was. I'm supposed to go up, obviously. What an idiot. Oh well, I've got my gnome. So these little grubs, were originally going to cause enemies to spawn when you killed them. But because their main intention is to give you health, it was seen as kind of a stupid thing to have them both heal you and cause you to take damage, you know, thus negating their effects. So people would just would obviously just avoid them after that. But they removed that particular deal. So let's deal with this prick quickly, or not. Oh no, let's deal with this prick quickly. There we go. Now I lost my gnome. I don't know what happened to my gnome. There he is. So this gnome does make a return in episode in Half-Life 2. Fuck's sake, what am I talking about? Yeah, in Left 4 Dead 2, in the fairground Dark Carnival. Now, some people like to think that Left 4 Dead takes place in the same universe as Half-Life 2. I don't personally believe that. I think that's a load of nonsense. I mean, you're free to believe that, of course, but there's like zero evidence to prove that. And I mean, I don't think would the Combine really attack a attack a place after zombie invasion. My gnome is stuck under. Let's get rid of that rock. Too much wood in the way. I've got an idea. There we go. Onwards. Onwards with my gnome. So yeah, I'm going to see if I can get... There we go. Yeah, so like I say, you get the magnum incredibly quickly, and it's surprising how quick you do actually get it. Let's move that out of the way. Let's move that out of the way. That out of the way. There we go. What a cock end. Come on, you little bastard. Right, so the antlion spitters, or the acid workers, or whatever you want to call them, are new to this. Son of a bitch. Double bitch. Are new to this game, and they're used to carve out. Holy shit, wood. Jesus, make your mind up. It's a shotgun. Okay, so that guy killed himself. Yeah, so the antlions can't swim. They will just drown in a rather humorous fashion. Let's get him out of there. At least this guy is always optimistic. He's always got a smile on his face. So oh, you're a cock end. As I say, those grubs don't give you too much health. At least not to a large degree. There's small amounts of health they give you, but I mean there's 300 of these bastards in this area, in these caves, and you've got to get them all if you wish to get the achievement for it. Okay, so those antlions aren't very smart. 3 of them just killed themselves, and this guy's about to drown. Or not. I panicked again and fired my gnome off somewhere. Where did he go? There he is. So we've got an antlion spitter up ahead as well. Yeah, so these caves areas are really, really nicely designed. I really do enjoy them. There's a section later on that makes me a little bit uncomfortable. It's kind of, I don't know how you would describe it, but it's a little mucusy, I guess, is the only way I would describe it. Yeah, it's not, and it's a little too claustrophobic for my liking personally. Let's just get some health and whatnot. Yeah, so it only gives you about 4 or 6 health, I think. I think that's what it gives you per nugget. There's a skeleton. Can't pick it up. You can pick it up with a gravity gun though. I don't know how heavy a human skeleton would be, generally speaking, but I think you could probably pick one up with your hands. Considering people can carry, you know, people with their hands. I've lost my gnome. I don't think my gnome went this far. I panicked and lost my gnome. Let's have a look, see if I can find him quickly. I'm not going to waste too much time because I am just going to abandon him anyway. But I just thought it was funny to take him all the way. I feel like I'm blind. I feel like I've already... Is that him? No, shotgun ammo. I feel like I've already looked at him, but I sort of fired it off when that antlion came. And I didn't actually see which way I fired it. I kind of just threw it anyway to get rid of him. I should have just dropped it really at my feet, but yeah, it looks like he's not here, so let's just leave without him. He's going to be stuck in the antlion tunnels for the rest of his time. What a shame. Anyway, we can just keep going. I don't know where I left him. So if I die, I'll probably find him again, but I don't see that happening, to be honest. Truth be told, he's just going to be stuck. He's just going to be stuck forever in the antlion tunnels, keeping the antlions company. Boy, do I hate these. Now, another thing, in this game, the suit torch is separate from your sprint speed, which is a great idea. And the torch lasts so long, and it recharges so quickly. Here we go. This is the chapter I really like. This is arguably one of the best chapters in the game. I'm supposed to have an SMG by this point. Oh, that's right, it's down here.
Freeman. As well. The Alex Vance clings to the margins. My kin are still some distance away. For now, we must not be disturbed.
Yeah, well, about that. As long as you're down here, Freeman, maybe you can give us a hand. Let me show you how the antlion sensors work. Got some supplies over here if you need them. Health and ammo, that sort of thing.
Right, yeah, so we've got a series of tunnels, big tunnel network, and this one cave.
This sensor will light up if an antlion's coming down this tunnel. More lights mean more antlions. When a tunnel lights up, we move a few turrets in front of it. Pretty simple, eh, Doc?
Hey, Doc. On your way here, you weren't followed, were you?
Now listen to him, Doc. We're on edge because this place is riddled with...
The board says as long as we don't step on their grubs, they shouldn't hear us this far from the nest.
Yeah, well, that's a theory I'd rather not test. We're down to our last two turrets. Even these are held together by baling wire and duct tape at this point. Nice to have them in a pinch, but I wouldn't exactly trust them with my life. Hey, Griggs, you might want to show Dr. Freeman where we keep the supplies, huh?
That's right, I've already looted all your supplies.
Everything you need for Doctor. They're coming. What light?
Let's move.
Okay, so yeah, this starts off with incredibly easy enemies to deal with. So this area is... You don't really need to fire even, truth be told. Having four guys with you is enough to deal with. Enough to deal with the first wave. So this area does have a shotgun with infinite ammo, and over there a machine gun, a submachine gun with infinite ammo. They couldn't decide on which gun to use because some of their playtesters preferred the SMG and some preferred the shotgun. So they thought, why not just add them both in, which does give you an absolute ton of ammo. You know, you can just fire wildly and not have to worry about anything. So here I usually use this. Yeah. So I'll take care of the turrets. So this is a fairly easy one because it's so short. You can just use I just usually just climb in and grab the old shotgun and blast them before they even get a chance to come up. So this one's not really much of a threat. This one area, unless of course they come up too fast and you can't reload in time.
No offense, Freeman. Things were pretty quiet until you showed up.
That's alright. 24.
Come on, let's go!
Let's move these over. Yeah, anyway, so it's just the first couple of tunnels are easy. They just give you, they just show you how it works. It's kind of how Valve works, or at least they used to when they did make games. They would just give you like an easy time of it at first, and then they'd ramp up the difficulty. Make sure you understood how the mechanic worked. Well, that box is gone. So it's actually a good idea not to destroy the boxes, because they, the antlions, as with most games where an item or something is in their way, they tend to freak out and they can't understand how to get past it, so it kind of slows them down slightly.
You handle 12, Doc. Hey, I see you, bud. How about you try to get it off?
So I'm going to set up these turrets with these guys because, well, I trust their ability a lot less than I trust my own. So I'm going to give these guys all the help they can get, and I'll just deal with this tunnel myself. So I could obviously switch between this and the gravity gun, or this and the shotgun. Either or. The shotgun has a much slower reload, but it does obviously more damage. And by the time you've got a full reload, it's easy enough to take them down. Okay, so yeah, we're going to leave the turrets at 12. And I'm pretty sure one of the turrets actually blows up here. So I'm pretty sure if I just stick a couple of mines down as well. I don't really like the hoppers. The hoppers are... here we go. I need to get over to that turret quickly. Yeah, well, one of the turrets is falling over. Unfortunately, I don't have time to set that back up. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have time to set that back up, so sugar. I also didn't have time to switch back to my shotgun. That's a big mistake. Here we go. Where are you going? Where are you guys going? 36? 24? Okay, looks like I'm going to the breach then. So they seem to come in 3-wave bursts, which is just enough to reload the shotgun, thankfully. There we go, is that it? Holy shit! They're being swarmed. Jesus, come on lads. Didn't think it would be so hard for you. Kind of running out of ammo here. There we go.
There can't be many more.
What the hell makes it
Okay, so I'm going to give the turrets... I'm not going to stick the turrets at the breach because the breach is so short and the turrets will just get knocked down instantly. Now, I'm pretty sure one of the turrets... This is the section I'm pretty sure that one of the turrets does blow. But let's just deal with these guys as quickly as possible. Hopefully they won't overrun me completely. But we'll see, won't we? Indeed it is. So I'm going to quick save it just in case something happens and we have to go through it all again. Okay, so they've got 2 again, and unfortunately they're going to be overrun, no doubt, considering last time they Last time they were absolutely swarmed. I don't know what was going on there. They kind of ran away. And I think their AI might have got confused. Their AI might have got confused slightly. Because they just stopped firing. And all of the antlions just decided to stack up. Well, that's that tunnel done. These guys are, yes, these guys are once again being overrun. So I want to switch to the SMG because long range. And even though this gun's incredibly inaccurate, it does pepper them rather nicely. And I'm quite a fan of this. Outside of the accuracy issues, there we go, there goes the turrets. Unfortunately both turrets are now down. So it's just us. Okay, so this one's not nothing to worry about. I'm just gonna have a sip of my coffee. Right, guys.
Killed many antlions, yet many more remain. There is no time.
So this is the section I enjoy the most. This is a fantastic section, so I'm just going to shut up and enjoy it. And I advise you to do the same.
Their immediate.
So that guy actually just threw a med kit at me, and that's actually something I've never seen before. I've never seen. I didn't know he could actually just fling med kits at me.
This will necessitate deep submersion into Cortez. Indeed, we require the larval extract. Oh, yes. The extract. Yes. Agree. I will make the journey to seek the extract. Deep within the nest, in the sacred nectarium. But I cannot hope to bring it back alone. We must remain to keep the Alex Vance alive. Please, Freeman, join me. Yes, take yes. There is no finite value. Well stated.
Anyway, so unfortunately this lift doesn't work. Currently, at least. If it did, this would be an incredibly short chapter. Anyway, so if I still had the gnome with me, I would leave the gnome on that table down there. You wouldn't have to worry about carrying it absolutely everywhere. But just past that table is the lift. You got the lift, and that's basically where I would have left the gnome anyway. because after that you get in the car and after that point the gnome becomes a massive pain in the arse. That was just begging for it, to be honest. So these guys are quite strong. I'm not a fan of how strong these acid spitters are and how much damage they do. Also, they have acidic blood, as you may have noticed. If you're too close, to them, they will inflict damage on you, much like the alien from Alien. Fighting antlions isn't the most enjoyable. Excuse me. When they are like this, it's not the most enjoyable way to fight them. When they're coming at you from a straight line, it's fine, but when they flank you from all sides, that's when it gets a little bit hectic and a little bit of a pain. But yeah, the standard antlions are relatively weak, but these acid spitting ones sometimes take two shotgun blasts, or usually take 2 shotgun blasts by the looks of it. So I'm going to take those off of there. Somehow I missed that one. Let me see. Oh shit, I was not expecting that one. I knew the first one, but I didn't. Thanks for the spade. Let's deal with these guys. But that was a lucky save. Actually, in fact, the Vortigaunt can take care of those guys. I'm going to go deal with the puzzle. Usually there's more than just the one. Maybe not. Maybe that's in a later section. I'll just chuck absolutely everything onto this lift at this point. Wow, you can't pick up those barrels anymore. That's interesting and unusual. There we go. That should be enough. Blimey, we're really starting to move. Okay, yeah, this is it. This is the section I was thinking of. Hopefully these guys will deal with each other. Okay, that guy's still being a massive pain in the arse. How about you pull out a grenade? There we go. Excellent. Let's move this shit out of the way. 1, 2, I think there's 4 in total. 3, and then the one on the bridge, the lift. And that is all we need for this section. Let's grab that quickly. Or not, I thought I was going to be able to just suck it over. No worries, no worries, it's fine. Just takes a little bit longer, that's all. Down it comes. Oof. Let's get rid of that. So I guess that box may be to show you that you can put stuff on here. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it's just there for the sake of it, you know. Anyway, let's put all that shit on there. Now that should weigh it down enough so that it doesn't move at all. Yes, exactly. Perfect. At which point you want to kick everything off. Okay, so we've got quite a few of these guys here. Do you want to deal with these guys, or are you just going to stand there? Just let this guy take care of these guys. Or I will, either way. Excellent. So if I'd fallen down that... Come on, lad. Yeah, it's a little bit bizarre, that. Shit, that was a close one. I nearly activated it without meaning to. Can I pick this up? No. I can't even punt it. I have a feeling that was supposed to come down a lot earlier. Because it kind of just... Well, I mean, it was... Let's get rid of those guys. Fast zombie, ignore you. They can't climb up the stairs, ladders even. I'll leave the Vortigon to deal with that mess. So this is I really like this bucket because you can swing it to quite a ludicrous degree, just by using the force. You can climb inside it. It's entirely possible to climb inside it, but I'm going to try and slow it down now. Because yes, usually. That grenade will always take damage here. Usually, you will that grenade will fall down the hole with you into the little mine cart, which of course would cause you to panic and there goes a zombie.
No pit would be complete without a food.
So, I think we're about to get to the Antlion Guardian. No, we're not. We're going to the Vibe.
That immense repellent device promises to cease this task. If the Freeman is in agreement, let us find our way to the Vibe.
That is, they could have really put that a different way. Because I'm a pervert and... Well, because I'm a pervert. So we need to get on the old lift. I can't remember if there's a... Yeah, there's a button I'm supposed to push. Oh dear God. One of the lifts later is an automatic lift that just comes down by itself. This I have. So this area is an endless fighting zone. The enemies will just keep coming, regardless of where you look. Now, I think I would actually rather fight zombies over antlions, just because zombies are more manageable than antlions. Although you can flip over an antlion and kill it in a single shot. So, you know, it's swings and roundabouts, I guess. But again, it's lucky that I for this section, it's primarily going to be shotgun and submachine gun. Let's run away from that guy. Yes, for this section, because eventually you will circle back round and end up in time to go. So I did miss some, well, actually quite a few supplies there. I don't think I'll be able to grab them from... Oh no, I'll take that back. I don't think it's going to come all the way up here though, to be perfectly honest. Oh, well, it came up and It's smashed up. Go away, go away. It's smashed up onto the bottom of the lift. So sometimes one of the antlions will jump up onto his lift. A couple of them tried it with my lift, but obviously I've got the ability to push them away. Sometimes they will actually just come up with him, which I've seen a couple of times. Can be a bit of a pain in the arse. Excuse me, lad. They can have that back. They can have their friend back. You guys have a couple of grenades. Yeah, well, they're both instinctual. They don't really have any greater intellect, do they? And one's got half a head. Anyway, on we go. Shotgun's still full. No, it looks actually kind of uncomfortable being the one sat in one of those square boxy chairs for the rest of eternity. So, interesting fact, I was killed by that the first time I played it because I wasn't paying attention and it squashed me. There's some supplies down there. I don't think it's going to be anything that's really worth it, to be honest, but SMG ammo. Yeah, I don't know if I'd consider that worth it because I've got infinite SMG ammo anyway later on. Yeah, I suppose you'd be able to sustain yourself for a long time on those grubs, if you really wanted to. I like the skeleton hiding in here, hiding in this little tunnel. Okay, so let's push this out of the way, just a little bit. Come on. So I've got a new friend to take with me now, the skeleton. I'm going to call him Bonesy. Come on, Bonesy. Me and him are going to make it. We're going to see how far I can get with Bonesy. I might even stick him in my car because he's big enough. He might be big enough to fit in the car. Oh, that's if I don't lose him. Does he float? No, he sinks. That's good to know because I need to know which way he's going to end up going. Watch out for the barnacle, Bonesy. Okay, I actually don't know where I'm going now. This way. Yeah, so this is the area I don't like. It's rather mucousy and really quite claustrophobic. You're an arse. Oh, interesting. You can flip those over as well. I guess that should have been obvious. Nice job, Bonesy. Where did you go though? Please don't tell me you disintegrated. Oh no, did I lose Bonesy already? I think I lost Bonesy. Oh no, there he is. Let's go in here because there's usually some supplies in these little nests. Oh, there's Bonesy's cousin. I don't really like the look of that one though. It's not as clean. In fact, it's not clean at all. I like the clean skeleton. The more hygienic skeleton. I've got him by his arm. Or his elbow. Unfortunately, I can't run with Bonesy, so I'm going to have to jump. I'm going to have to jump the way, because jumping is faster than walking. Me and Bonesy are going to go on a road trip together. Shit, where did he go? I've got to stop doing that. Fuck! I'll come back for you, Bonesy. Shit, no I won't, I'm going to be... Holy shit, I'm just trying to get into the hole. Please. Whew. I'm going to have to come back for Bonesy. That guy was not a fan, evidently. He was not a fan of my antics. Holy shit, why is it so hard to get into these holes? Right, in we go. Me and Bonesy. I don't know how I'm going to fit them on top of the lift. And I really hope there's not an area where it's impossible to take him. Look at him, he's always happy as well. He's my new friend. He's just really excited. He's really excited not to be stuck in these caves anymore. Ooh, don't give up, Bonesy. I hope I don't lose Bonesy. He's my only friend at this point. Good throw. Oh shit. Bonesy! Okay, it's literally just a solid black floor. Alright, let's try this again. Which way are you going to go? Come on. You decided? You've decided that way. Okay. Me and you. Me and him. Holy shit. That's really, really disorientating. Okay, so I might actually have to drop Bonesy because he's slowing me down somewhat. If he becomes a problem, I'll have to leave him behind. But we're fine for now. We've had a couple of minor hiccups, but that was it. Also, the fact that I can't run in this section is somewhat of an issue. It's somewhat of an issue, but I think we're safe now. Me and Bonesy are going to make it. Hopefully he doesn't disappear during a loading screen, because that can happen. It's entirely possible that this guy might actually just disappear once we get to a loading screen, because obviously Valve didn't expect someone to be, well, like me, and carry a skeleton. Decided to carry a skeleton for the game. Anyway, so we're going to leave Bonesy just up here for now, because that's where we... No, it's not. Oh, well, we'll be coming back this way anyway, so hopefully Bonesy will still be there by the time we get back. If he's not, that's going to be a problem. And I might have to acquire my own Bonesy elsewhere. You can go away. You can give me that back as it rolls away. What's wrong with... Oh, there's nothing wrong with it. I was just misunderstanding. Okay, yeah, so we're going to leave that guy there. We're going to leave Bonesy behind for now. We do have to double back this way. But hopefully it won't take... Hopefully it won't take too long. Oh wow, we've got another one. Well, we've got two now, so hopefully one of them One of them will stay. We'll just leave a pile of the skeletons. We'll just leave a pile of skeletons on the floor. Bring up a couple of companions for those guys. Onwards we go. It's a very nice, colourful light show. I do appreciate those. Good particle effects are nice. Reach right in there. So I actually remember being amazed by that thing back in the day, because I'd never seen anything like quite so bright and colourful in games before. It seems rather odd, but this was really quite a graphic, to me at least at the time. This was really quite like a graphic powerhouse in a sense. Come on, you guys. No. Oh, are you serious? There's an invisible wall stopping. Can I put it on the roof? Please let me put it on the roof. Please don't tell me that I can't have a skeleton buddy. Oh man. That is unfortunate. I'm going to check something quickly whilst the G-Man talks. Hopefully I'll be able to get my own skeleton buddy. And hopefully it won't be too much of an issue. Okay, so we're going to get back to the top, and I'm going to let this little sequence play out just while I look for something.
Stop! She ebbs. If we lose her, we lose all. Behold the extra miraculous secretion. Make haste. Join now as we imbibe the extract. Yes. A human is needed. Agreed. Join us, Freeman. We weave the Freeman's life with hers. Yes, there is a quickening. Almost mortal, this bond between you.
Dr. Freeman, I realize this moment may not be the most convenient for a heart-to-heart, but I had to wait until your friends were otherwise occupied. There was a time they cared nothing for Miss Vance, when their only experience of humanity was a crowbar coming at them down a steel corridor. When I plucked her from Black Mesa, I acted in the face of objections that she was a mere child and of no practical use to anyone. I have learned to ignore such naysayers when quelling them was out of the question. Still, I am not one to squander my investments, and I remain confident she was worth far more than the initial appraisal. That's why I must now extract from you some small repayment owed for your own survival. See her safely to White Forest, Dr. Freeman. I wish I could do more than keep an eye on you, but I have agreed to abide by certain restrictions. Well, now, listen carefully, my dear. When you see your father, relay these words. Prepare for unforeseen consequences.
She stirs. Her volatile form has regained integrity. We have a very immeasurable loss.
Oh, God.
Lie still.
Oh, my God. I thought for sure I was dead.
The Combine Hunter's caused traumatic injury.
A hunter. So that's what it was.
We knit shattered bone and restored circulatory integrity. Yet it was a free man who retrieved her vortessence.
Yeah, that's Gordon. How long have I been out?
A matter of hours.
Hours? We've got to get moving.
A moment longer.
But we have to get to White Forest. It's vital.
No fear. We will put you on the right road. Now, try carefully to rise.
Whoa. I don't know what you did, but I have a feeling I'm lucky to be here.
Come then. I will get you on the path to White Forest.
Come on, Gordon. Next to me.
We will continue our hunt for advisors. Farewell. Go safely. Travel well.
Good luck out there.
Okay, Freeman. Be adequate.
What the hell does that mean, anyway?
I don't know. Sounds like something the Forge would say.
I think I can walk on my own now. Let me give it a shot. Yeah. Stiff, but I think I'm okay.
Anyway, I wasn't able to find what I wanted because I've been sort of busy with something else, but I should be able to... Oh, give me a little bit of a push. But I should be able to find it as soon as I get the chance to with a small cutscene or whatever. God's sake. So just gotta wait for Alex to get her ass over here. She's gonna take her time. Oh, I forgot to get the ammo. I forgot to pick up the ammo. Please die. Wow, that was terrible. My hand jerked at the last possible second. That's one down. Let's see. We've got more magnum ammo. So he's almost dead. You can see the sheer amount of blood coming out of his mouth. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. Oh, come on. There we go. So, unfortunately, whilst I was distracted, I forgot to pick up any of the ammo from those 2 boxes. Got most of my shotgun ammo. There'll be other times, but it's just a little bit annoying. Unfortunately, I messed that part up.
Well done, Freeman. Freeman, you dispatched those guards with great dispatch. Come now. The vehicle receives in the encampment above. This lift will carry us to where the vehicle awaits.
Looks like the elevator's stuck up there.
Give me a second. So about that, bird decided to fly into the window. Okay, well that's painful to read. Let's move on, let's get this lift, and then hopefully I can find the skeleton command. Blast that off. Come on, you bastard. The emergency brake was stuck on.
Thanks, Gordon.
The sentries should have spotted us by now.
You think the Combine found them?
Such a theory is hardly far-fetched. Leader.
Okay, well I guess this joke isn't really worth it. I was trying to find a console command to spawn. Thank you. I was not expecting that. I guess I'll have to find something else.
Oh, God. The Combine found them all right.
But came to no good end themselves. Head crabs have had their way with both parties.
Hey, look.
I'm going to try something quickly. Let me save that.
You were talking about.
Underscore create. Skeleton. Yeah, unfortunately I don't know what the prop name is called.
It appears they attempted an escape, but made it no farther than the abyss.
Well, if they got it over there, maybe we can jump it back to this side.
We recommend a Freeman for this task.
Hey, I'm feeling a lot better.
What condition?
Let's try item. It's been so... Yeah, no, I can't remember what it is. It's been so long. I'd have to look at the files to find out what it actually was.
Our free man skirts the hazards in the pit. This mounted gun may prove useful.
To find out what the actual prop name is.
The gun would appear to be powerless. Go, Freeman. I will look after the Alex Vance.
Oh,
Well, Gordon, I guess it's all up to you. Here, I'll get this field down. Good luck, Gordon. Careful now.
I'll try something else later, but I'll try something else later, just if I can find it. But there's not really anywhere that's, you know, a good time to leave it. There's no real cutscenes in this game except for the odd time where you stand in a lift or what have you. Wait. Just gonna back out slowly. See you later. Don't mind me. I'll just leave you to your business. I hate these poison head crabs. Massive pain in the arse. Especially if they catch you off guard. Congratulations. I would think that would be somewhat fairly easy with a Vortigon. Let's take this before they throw it away, basically, because you know that's what's going to happen as soon as they can't eat it. But nothing in... Oh shit. That did not go as planned. Oh Jesus, there was another one. Oh boy. This is not going as planned. You sneaky scrub. Can't see past all the fire. Let's just take care of these guys because they're a little bit... They're taking up too much time. Don't have time for you, laddie. Here I am. Excellent. Are you serious? You're going to blow that up whilst I'm standing next to it, you crazy bitch? I'm just going to jump this guy. Except that might have been a bad idea because now I'm trapped. Now I'm trapped with him. Oh, I thought I saw a skeleton head then. I did see a skeleton head. Looks like Bones is back. Damn, that guy took a lot of shells. Well, I'm going to have to use half a Bonesy until I find the right command. Yeah, I did kind of want the big one. Let's just stick that up. Okay, or not. Well, at least it went onto the roof, so that's fine. I did kind of want the big skeleton, but I guess you can't have it all. So we're just going to take these metal, just the sheet metal off. Primarily because it blocks Alex's view. If you leave them on, Alex can barely get a shot. If you don't take these off, I just want to double check, make sure I've got them all. Skeleton maybe. So you can actually stay up here for quite some time if you defend against the zombies correctly, but they do just keep coming, and eventually they will just blow you up and blow you down, because obviously they want you to get down there so you can actually fight properly. And they will, like I say, they will just keep coming. Valve was very clever here. They have two spawners that will only spawn when you don't look, and they obviously placed them in different parts of the room so that if you're looking at one of the spawners, the other one will activate. Unfortunately, now that I tried staying up there for too... Holy shit, I am so dead. I really need some health. What have we got here? Got suit power. And that's it. When you're this low on health, those poison head crabs aren't really a threat anymore. There we go. Not when a single hit will kill you regardless. Let's deal with that fast zombie, because the fast zombie is a massive pain. That do. So yeah, they're really starting to swarm us now. Jesus. But luckily we can... Shit, what did I do with Bonesy? I nearly forgot him. I was so desperate to get out of that area. Where did he go? There he is. Can't pick him up. That's really annoying that you can't pick him up. He would be so light. I'd wager that a gun would weigh more. The gravity gun itself probably weighs more than half of this torso. Oh look, there's part of his leg. There's another one. Bones is really good at killing the zombies. Up we hop. Shoo shoo. Alright, come on Bonesy, don't fall off. Good. That means I can... hop over myself. This is unfortunately all we're going to have. I think there might be an entity name command, which would tell me the name of this entity. Which, if it was something like Skeleton 2 or something like that, then I'd be able to work out which one the right skeleton is. Skeleton Prop 1, Skelly Lad. So this part's going to be a bit of a pain because obviously I can't really run and jump. I'm kind of just stuck with oh, don't stand on the ladder. Oh, you're a cock end. Yeah, I had no choice there. No chance even. Unfortunately, the guy decided to stand right by the ladder, right as I needed to get up. Just hop over all of this shit. Please stop standing there. Oh shit. Well, that went better than expected. So for some reason they gave you infinite SMG grenades, which is rather bizarre. I'm not quite sure what the thinking behind that was, but okay, sure, why not? Because usually they give you ammo boxes in places where it makes sense, you know, like the RPG. You get an RPG ammo box, or back in those antlion caves, you got both the wrong way. You got both of them in that location. Holy shit! That poison head crab sent me flying. So I'm going to ignore most of this area. You're supposed to obviously use those big spools to get anywhere, but I'm carrying this guy, so that's just going to have to be how it is. I also realise... Damn it. So I'm going to see how well this guy fits in the car, because he's only just slightly bigger than the gnome, so he might fall out. That's what I was kind of hoping. How convenient. Or inconvenient, rather, in this case. So yeah, what you would usually do is you'd usually stick the gnome in between the two back seats, and you would hope to God that he didn't fall out of that one area. Unfortunately, this guy's not really designed to go in the car anyway. But yeah, you would hope to God that thing wouldn't fall out of the car. I don't think it's actually going to be possible because Bonesy's just going to shit. Whew. Talk about close. Bones is just going to slide straight out of the car. So I think we're just going to have to leave him here and forget about the car. If it was a big skeleton, then maybe I could have... Off that goes. If it was a big skeleton, I could probably have wedged him in the side and left him like that, and that would have been fine. But with a small torso, not really going to happen. Let's knock all these cars off. Alrighty then, let's try this. Let's hope that I get across okay. Wow, that could not have gone. That went so wrong so quickly. That was incredible. That was actually impressive how... Let's try it again. Right, there we go. I can't believe how quickly that went bad. So the first time I did this, I left the gnome in that area, inside there, and unfortunately you can't actually return to that area. You have to push this button. and these guys will come out, but they won't actually give you a chance to go in yourself. So my gnome, for the first time I did that run, my gnome was stuck in there, which was a massive pain in the arse.
Oh my god. Look at this car. We scored.
So originally,
Oh, unless you want it.
I fear a more urgent errand demands our attention. There are advisors yet unhatched.
We'll keep on the lookout.
This road will take you near White Forest, but be wary that others may use it as well.
I can't tell you how grateful I am.
Our bonds are of nature and require no gratitude.
bollocks, I'm trying to jump up onto that fence. That Vorticon has officially got more action than Gordon Freeman has from Alex. I don't know how Gordon Freeman must feel. Anyway, let's push up. Let's push our way through as soon as possible. So we get the car, and the car section. I hated the car section in Half-Life 2 because it was so mundane and boring, and there was nothing to look at except for like an endless stretch of road. And it just went on and on and on. And this, at least they give you like a lot of nice things to basically stop off at and do along the way, which is great. It's much better than it's much better than Highway 17 was. And you get to use the car. You get the car gets upgraded a couple of times, as we'll find out later. You can see there's like a big black spot there on the dashboard, which is obviously empty at the moment, but does get filled later on.
A radio tower. If it's working, we need to send a warning to White Forest. They've got no idea the Combine's heading their way.
Let's push up. But yeah, so I really do enjoy the car section in this game. I can't think of anything. I don't know if I can think of anything bad to say about this game. Like any other sections are bad.
Nobody's home. Wonder how long it's been deserted.
I'm just trying to think if there's anything bad to say about it. I can't think of it off the top of my head right now, except for it's too short. But that's an obvious one. I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything else to actually say that would be considered negative of the game. What am I looking for? This is what I'm looking for. But yeah, like I say, I think episode 2 is just absolutely wrong one. Somehow I forget that every time.
Okay, power's on up here.
So I don't have a full Magnum, unfortunately.
Hunters. They're up there.
Poor butthard. So that dust effect is really cool. I really like that. And this is a really nice fight as well.
Here it comes.
It's a nice introduction to hunters.
They're not gonna catch me off guard.
So there's a couple of weapons that I would advise to use on the hunters, and the hunters are incredibly tough, and I would advise basically, you know, the power weapons, if you like, the one-hit kill weapons, because they can take quite some damage. Unless of course you're in your car, which is obviously the quickest way to kill them. Because all you have to do is tap them with your car and they will go down. The pulse rifle, the Combine Overwatch standard issue. I don't have any. The Combine energy pellet will instantly vaporize an enemy, and that's basically what it's for in this game. Unfortunately, they seem to be very rare. Let's see what else we got. Shotguns, the crossbow, the magnum, rockets, obviously. You know, anything with a high amount of damage output is worth using. Anyway, let's head to more. So yeah, these things are incredibly weak if you tap them with your car. As soon as I get it lined up, that is. As you can see, they just go down instantly, which is rather bizarre. It's weird how they can take so much damage from standard fire, but a slight little tap with your car will knock them on their arse.
That was probably a scouting party. Let's go find out what.
It was a transmitter indeed.
Okay. The signal's really weak. Well, let's give it a try. White Forest, come in. White Forest, do you read? White Forest, do you read?
This is White Forest. Identify yourself.
This is
Alex? Alex Vance? Where are you? I expected you hours ago.
Well, we had a bit of a setback.
Don't you understand the gravity of the situation? The survival of Earth depends on the data you
Yes,
carry.
I know. But the Combine, they're heading your way.
What's that? What? You're heading our way? Well, I should hope so.
No, not
What
us.
was
The
that?
Combine. You
You're
have to
breaking
get
up,
ready.
Alex. What?
Crap.
I really like that.
I wonder if we got any of that.
A little
Let's get back on the road.
Combine advisor that always watches you. The Combine advisors unfortunately don't have too much of a role in this game. Combat wise, they're more of a...
Hold on!
Get in the car then. Come on. There we go. Yeah, the
Going. See if we can pick up the road somewhere ahead.
Combine advisors don't have too much of a role in this game. In fact, I think they're in two set pieces. Set pieces? Is that what the right word I'm looking for? They're in two cutscenes basically. And that's it. You don't fight them at all. You kind of just watch them do their thing, and that's it. So hopefully, when Half-Life 3 comes out, yeah, right, they'll have more of a combat role in that. But until then,
That peak. You can see it from White Forest. We're heading the right way.
we certainly are. So here's the first escape pod.
Look, it's one of those advisor pods. Back in the Citadel, those things we saw.
But yeah, as you can see, this one's kind of crash landed, and the advisor isn't anywhere near us. Oh, actually, that's not true. It's very near us. Anyway, off we go. That was a misfire.
There it is again.
So as you can see, there's a little pod up here.
Found our advisor.
We certainly did. So they have to be in like some sort of weird stasis thing. It might not be stasis exactly. It might actually be like a cooling system, sort of like a protective,
Shall we pull the plug?
like
About this.
a bacterial shield, if you like. They might be
Maybe I can
unavailable to survive in our unavailable. That's not the word I wanted. They might not be able to survive in our environment, which would explain why they're always in those either that pods or those little small flying pods. Although they do fly around without it. But they have strange lettering all around their I don't know if you want to call that a collar or something. It's weird. It's like a space potato. It's like a giant space potato with like a maggot face and a weird proboscis. and a weird robot eye. So I don't actually know. I mean, these are called Combine Advisors. But were these guys part of a different race? Because that's what the Combine does. They attach technology to everything. You know, they have like a cyborg type of deal. So presumably these guys had weak eyesight or no eyesight, and they just attached a robot eye to it. So annoyingly, that sound effect has been broken for years. There used to be like a really great sound effect when all the roof came apart, and I don't know if it's maybe it's me, maybe the file just got corrupted in download, and it actually still works perfectly fine for everybody else. In which case, I'd need to validate my files. But here we go. It's a crossbow. So the crossbow I will save for the hunters. Shotgun guy. I hate shotgun guys on this game. Yeah, I'll save the crossbow for the hunters because it kills them pretty quickly. So here we go. There's the hunter. So I'm not sure if I want to deal with the hunter first or deal with the combine, because the hunters are quite easy to dodge, unlike the combine. The combine have quite a high accuracy rate. If I have, do I have? No, I don't. Okay, yes, I will use the cross. God's sake, I'm getting move, Alex. Getting a little bit overwhelmed here. Let's try. Please, Alex, move. Please move. Jesus. Where did he go? Cock end. God's sake. You think he's going to go one way, so you aim ahead, and then he just stops right where he is. So these superheated rivet bolts. I've always preferred this crossbow over the one in Half-Life, which is just the tranquilizer rifle. There we go. So I need to find.
No more. We've got to get out of here.
Yeah, we do, but I need to find some health, otherwise we're just going to be gunned down. Oh, that do. Let's go. So it was nice of the Combine to knock that gate open for us. Unfortunately, they also did send a helicopter after us as well. Now this part was incredibly frustrating, as you can probably imagine, if you had the gnome with you, or maybe you've done the gnome challenge yourself, in which case that's great, and you know my pain, because dodging these bombs whilst constantly checking you've got the gnome with you, only to find out that the gnome's right back at the start of this section, and then you have to go all the way back, look for the gnome, hope you don't get shot by the helicopter. It was a real nightmare. It was a real pain in the arse. Oof. I like that. Got to be careful of those barnacles, because they will obviously suck you out of the car. Their tongues must be incredibly strong, because, well, I mean the speedometer doesn't actually work, but I imagine you'd be going at least 50 miles per hour or so. And to not have the barnacles just like ripped out of their perches. I mean, I imagine it. Get that zombie off our car. I imagine it must be quite painful to the barnacle if they do actually feel anything, because their tongue is, it latches onto you, and how they're not ripped out of their.
Oh crap! We may have to ditch the car.
This way. Since you brought that chopper in on your tail, you want to maybe help us take it down?
So this is actually a really bad spot to... Well, usually that's a bad spot to stand. But I had to test something because I wanted to see if it just literally spawned in or if the helicopter dropped it. But if you're not quick, if you let that thing roll in, it can do some serious damage to you. So Alex will just throw health kits to you. Now this guy is unfortunately not very smart standing under that, because the enemy helicopter can shoot that down and it can land on top of them. Now there's also an achievement for not missing a single toss with one of the bombs. It's actually fairly easy to do, especially if you quick save after every shot. Then it's pretty hard to miss. I mean, if you don't take your time, then you can miss quite easily. But you can, like I say, you can just do a as long as you take your time, you can basically hit every single time. So I believe he's going to start spam. Yeah, there we go. Massive pain in the arse. Back in the day, this used to cause my frame rate to drop. Just from all the explosions, I had a really. I mean, I kind of loved my old PC because of how bad it was, and it was, it was just. Wow, I actually missed the final shot. It was like really bad, but it kind of reminds you, it's like back in the day when 500 megabytes of VRAM was like a massive amount, or people were like shitting themselves because this game was 32 megabytes. I can't believe games are so big these days. It's 32 megabytes. And it's just amazing. A lot of people, or at least people growing up, 2000s onwards, games were already a couple of gigabytes at that point. And some people were going to grow up with games already starting off at 100 gigabytes, and it's like people aren't going to understand why people shit themselves when the game was 100 gigabytes. It's like when you install old games now and you see that it's only like 500 megabytes, and you laugh because you click download and it's pretty much done within 10 minutes or so. Obviously, depending on your internet speed, some people have insanely fast internet speeds. I mean, mine's fine as is, I suppose. It could be better, but obviously it could be worse. I could be living in a third world country like the US, where the internet is absolutely appalling.
You weren't kidding. We'll be back on the road in no time.
Well, that could be a problem. You hear that autogun going off out there? Normally run supplies out of the White Forest base, but a few days ago the Combine cut off access.
So, funny enough, you can actually take this beer from this guy, and he will complain about it.
All the fresh zombies coming out of City 17 and kept them pinned down. It's just a matter of time till the troops start pushing this way. If you think you're up to it, we'll let you out there.
Huh. He's always up for it. Right, Gordon?
Kinky.
We got a trap door up here where I can let you over to the other side.
Anyway, so I do like this little auto gun section. This was another area where it's bad to leave the gnome. If you leave the gnome sort of in the centre of the room, it will actually get removed. So you want to leave it, either in one of the corners or upstairs. Oh, those props. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's a optimization thing. Unfortunately, they kind of put it in the wrong place because it just causes the props to disappear as soon as you get as close as possible, and then instantly pop in. Anyway, if you listen to this guy long enough, he will ask Alex if she's single. Unfortunately, Alex doesn't actually respond to that. So I'm going to let this guy just do his thing. Thank you. And I'm going to take that away from him because I have a feeling he would try and whack me with it. So this section is really just a case of trying to run as fast as possible. Well, crouch as fast as possible, I should say. That's more like it. Now, turrets are still obviously confused by... Well, okay, maybe not that confused. They're still slightly confused by moving barrels. Also, these guys are shitheads. I really hate the shotgunners, as I've already mentioned. Took him down. So luckily there's a fair few zombies to keep these guys busy. There are a couple of few zombies that are crouching. They don't have a torso anymore, or they don't have their legs, I should say. Their lower body's completely gone. This one introduced the fast zombie, the torso, the fast zombie torso, as it's called. And I quite like that. It's really quite effective, especially when you have to crawl and you're trying to get away from him, because standing is absolutely fine, but when they crawl towards you, you can't really get away from them. Someone's shooting me. Yeah, those guys aren't a threat, and I feel like the fast zombie torso was created just for this section, primarily. They're like, what if we have zombie torsos chasing you during this section, and then people realise that the standard zombie torso can't keep up with you. So then they just added the fast zombie torso in. I don't know if that's how that happened, or there was some other discussion. They're like, well, we've got fast zombie torsos, so why don't we have? We got standard zombie torsos, so why don't we have the fast ones as well? God, I hate shotgunners. That's everybody dealt with. In you go. Blast a massive hole in the turret. So these guys we don't actually have to fight. We can just jump over. It's surprising how much the identical car is just reused. Now that you get to stand on top and see them all. Anyway, it's time for us to get back inside. And they were nice enough to upgrade our car.
Not only did they help me fix the car, they threw in a bonus.
Special this week only. It's like an onboard radar for you guys. Picks up little beacon jobbers like this one here. We've hidden a bunch of these things out there in the field to signal emergency stashes. So keep an eye out. When you see your dashboard light up, you're going to want to stop and investigate.
Yes, so I think there's 7 in total. 7. Thank you. Don't pay any attention to that. Yeah, I think there's 7 in total, and you get an achievement for getting all 7.
What's that? On the radar.
But yeah, they're not really hidden exactly. It's more figuring out how to actually get inside. That's the puzzle.
I guess you cleared up that little problem.
I guess I did. And so yeah, so you only have to really grab. Let me reload. There we go. You only have to grab. You only have to do about 7 of them, I believe, and you don't have to pick the items up as long as you break the cache with the. As long as you break the cache with the beacon jobber on it, then it's perfectly fine.
The radar's going off, Morgan.
Is this the warehouse? Yeah, this is the warehouse one. So this is also a secondary achievement for getting this one. And it's for getting the rocket launcher. Let me push that down. And bollocks, that was wrong. For the longest time, I had no idea how this one cock it. There we go, that should work. For the longest time, I had no idea how to get up here until I just stacked shit up. Which was kind of how I solved all of the problems that I had. But yeah, you get the achievement for getting this RPG here. It's called Rocket Propelled Gordon. But yeah, so that rocket launcher's...
Rocket launcher. That'll come in handy.
It certainly will. And we'll go across the road. I'm going to leave Alex there because she'll just walk over when she's ready. But I like this one because... Where is it? There we go. This one has so much... Let me just... In fact, do you know what? I'll just chuck a grenade down the hole. Just to clear up.
Uh-oh. I think the zombies want their stuff back.
They probably do. They can't have it back though. Unfortunately, there was actually nothing over here. Oh no, there was some stuff. But again, we might as well just leave. Holy shit! I can't believe I went from near enough full health to nothing.
Uh-oh. I think the zombies want their stuff back.
I think they can eat shit. Yeah, get in the car and we'll head off. Come on, Alex. Don't mess around with that shit. We've got to go. Come on, Alex. Please. Thank God. Just in time. Could have been better, but definitely could have been worse. At least now I will have to actually stop for them to regain some health. Yeah, so like I say, none of those web caches are particularly hidden or out of the way. You don't have to drive around looking for them. They're all on the main path, which is nice. It means you don't have to waste time, and you can just decide whether or not you want to stop for them or not. Here's some combine somewhere.
We're picking up something on the radar.
So if I remember correctly, this one. Did I go past it? No, I don't think I did. If I remember correctly, this one is where you have to throw rocks. You have to throw rocks up at it to knock it down. Where is it? It should be around here somewhere. It's hanging off of a branch. Oh no, maybe this is. No, this might be the one in the tunnel actually.
Wake me up when you get back.
This one might be the one. Yeah, this is the tunnel one. It's not the one I was thinking of. This is. Oh shit! Look who I found. Bonesy. Bonesy's back. I can't believe that. Come on, Bonesy. He made it all the way out here. Look at him. He's laughing his arse off. He loves it. He can't believe he made it this far either. To be honest, I think he might actually be a bit too big for the car. But I'm hoping that causes him to actually like wedge in somewhat. It's just me, Alex, and Bonesy. Hopefully he doesn't fall out of the car. But it looks like he already has. Where did he go? I didn't. Oh, there he is. Yes, I thought he was going to be. I thought he was going to wedge into the car a lot better because of his size. Unfortunately, it looks more like the fact that he's at. Yeah, he's kind of just going to fall through every time as well. As you can see, he doesn't. He's kind of actually just flopping through the entire car regardless. A little bit annoying. I was kind of hoping for Bonesy to make it, but no ways. We'll just have to. Come on, Alex. We'll just have to go on without him. But at least Bonesy made it this far. He made it this far, so that's cool. Wasn't expecting him to see him this far into the game.
It's a truck. Gordon, come on, get inside.
We've got one combined energy pellet. Hopefully we'll get some more. Thank you for that. Wow, that fridge is knackered. Oh, this basement.
We're surrounded.
We certainly are. So let's just hide for a little bit in the basement. What have we got? We've got basically all the weapons now. Yeah, I believe we do. We have all the weapons. The only ones we don't have. Excuse me. So eventually the... Excuse me, I'm going to cough for a second. We've basically just got to wait for the hunters to... Let's run away from that. We've basically just got to wait for the hunters to break down the doors. Try and take down as many combine soldiers as we possibly can. Whilst we're at that distance. They're at quite a distance though. So hitting them is going to be a little bit difficult. But like I say, the hunters will eventually break in here. They come from the doors normally. I was going to say they come from the chimney, but I don't think they'd fit down there. Although that would be a good idea if you had one come through the chimney. Can't really see anywhere. Let's get these guys out front. Is that a guy on the roof? You'll hurt yourself up there. Shit, I'm out of ammo. Out of ammo, and... So obviously standing outside in the open is not exactly the best place, but they're taking a little bit longer than they usually do to break in. Usually they've broken in, or they come from that area. There's another grenade. That guy loves throwing his grenades. Makes you wonder how many he's got. Oh shit, they actually got in. That should mean that they're going to be storming the place any second. Usually, like I say, I don't remember it taking this long. It must be based on the number of guys you kill.
Nice shooting.
Yeah, it must be based on the number of guys you kill because... Here we go. Here we are.
Listen. They're talking about us.
They certainly are.
Data packet.
Okay, so we finally got to see some of the Combine Elites again. Which is... Oh, God's sake, I keep running out of ammo. Yeah, I keep running... the Combine Elites have finally decided to sharp again. And... Which is surprising that they took so long. I don't know why the Combine Elites are rarely used in these games. You'd think that Hunter smashes through the window. There we go. Luckily we had an energy pellet because that just instantly wipes them out.
These hunters are tough.
Yeah, except for I just wiped him out in one hit. Who's left? I'm going to take care of this hunter because these hunters are kind of what's the word?
3 at a time. It's too much.
Not limitless. I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of. They don't give relentless. Relentless. They kind of don't give up. They will just chase you and chase you. Anyway, so let's take these guys down and hope I can use some SMG grenades on him just to deal with him as quickly as possible because they can be a massive pain in the arse. I think that's everybody. If that's the case, yes it is. Oh look, Bonesy. Bonesy's here. I'll give you a helping hand. Knock that guy over. Come on then, Alex. Do your thing.
There's the power source for the shields. Huh. I haven't skimped on security either. Let me see if I can disable the shields and get you closer to the reactor. Okay, it looks like I can open them from here, but I won't be able to come in with you. Here goes. Sorry, Gordon. This thing's fine. Since I can't help you in there, why don't I stand watch outside while you disable the power?
Yeah, except I can't. Oh, that's how. Obviously. I was going to say I can't remember how you get past that security shielding, but evidently I found the way. We're gonna have a quick wander around. Dead. So I'm not quite sure what those noises, those poison head crabs make. There's obviously like a rattlesnake in there, or maybe it's just a rattle, as opposed to an actual rattlesnake. Usually they use animal noises, but I'm not sure what the other one is. Wait for that pellet to stop moving around so much.
Let's go see if the force field's down.
And now we can hop, skip and jump all the way there. Thankfully this is all downhill so we can get there incredibly quickly. There's Bonesy. I'll get Bonesy in the car again. Just while we wait for Alex, who also kind of just teleports. Nah, yeah, there's no chance for Bonesy to stay in the car.
Look out below!
Unfortunately. Unfortunately, he will just. It looked like he just slipped right through the back. So maybe we'll find another Bonesy later on. I doubt it because we're getting close to the base now. This driving section is unfortunately almost over. This is the one where you got to throw rocks. This one where you got to throw rocks at it. Bollocks. This is where I waste all my rocks. Damn, that one was strong. Got an energy pellet. Damn it. So if you get too frustrated with this, providing you've got the RPG, which I do, you can just use an RPG on this thing and screw yourself because that thing's not coming out now, is it? No, that thing's not coming now. Oh well. I kind of messed it up there by being impatient. But if you're going for the achievement, then that still counts because you broke the boxes. I think that's it. I don't actually remember any of the other boxes appearing. I think that is the last one. I wasn't counting as I went. The first one was the car. Second one Maybe there's only 5 then, but I'm pretty sure there was 7. First one is the car, second one is the rocket launcher, third one is that little factory house thing.
That doesn't sound good.
Fourth was the tunnel,
I see an antenna.
and the fifth one
White Forest.
was the house. So this,
Enough to make it the rest of the way on foot if we have to.
I really like this scene, and obviously Valve did as well because they used it for their marketing material. And a screenshot of episode 2. But it does show how strong Dog really is. Like, he does have, frankly, quite a... Well, he's just really strong, basically. And it does remind me of a YouTube video I watched years ago. About who was going to survive in episode 3 or Half-Life 3 and who was going to die, and the guy basically broke it down based on like a number of factors. Like, you don't think Klein is going to die because he's the comic relief. Barney could possibly die. Alex could possibly. There's a Brain. I'll take Brainy with me instead. I forgot to turn that off again.
Wake up, dog. Please.
So he was he just had to reboot. So I don't think I can. I might be able to chuck this over. I don't have to. I can actually just
We're fine.
if I put that there.
Better now.
Thought I might be able to run and duck and jump up it, as you can do with. You can do that quite a lot in Halo games. You can run up the wall.
All right. Thanks. Okay. Let's go.
But I could just wait for Dog to
Good boy.
open it up. So I don't know if this brain will fit in there, but we'll see. This brain might also just slide out the back, and if it does, then fine, whatever.
Looks like we need your help again. Would you mind?
No, the brain's still in there. Although I think at this race we'll cause the brain to fall out. I don't expect this brain to stay in during the race.
Way to go, boy. Okay, dog. Race you to the base.
So this is another achievement. The base race. I believe it's called Pedal to the Metal. Metal. Pedal to the Metal. Shit! Why did I get out of the car? Never done that before during a race. I'm kind of far behind now, and it looks like he might actually beat me this time. Usually he doesn't, and usually he sulks.
This is it. We made it.
Damn, I think he beat me.
Well, you won this time, dog.
Yeah, this time you won because I was an idiot and I got out the car for no reason. Oh, I think I know what it was. I'm actually stuck in her head now. I can't move.
I was never so glad to see you. Believe me.
Please move, Alex. I'm stuck in your head.
Well, Gordon, White Forest. We made it.
We certainly did. Please move. Oh dear God, we might actually be stuck. No, there we go. Thank God she moved because I couldn't. Yeah, GTA Online. The boost button is E, and unfortunately that's the get in and out of cars button in this game. Anyway, we're heading to the end game now. And that's good because I'm getting hungry.
Alex, Dr. Freeman, you made it.
Hey,
I believe this is the last chapter, but I think there might be one more
I heard you ran into a little trouble out
after
there.
this.
Combine's been trying to hit in the front door. I think they learned their lesson. Do you mind if we keep dog patrolling out here?
not at all. You heard him, dog. I'm gonna go see Dad. I'll catch up to you later. You take care of yourself.
I don't think Eli knows you're here yet. This is Silo 1 access unit. Right through here.
So I like this.
I don't feel anything anymore.
What now?
Oh no, what's that?
Well, now what?
Pretty sure this is
All right, back to work, everyone. It's just another false alarm in the secondary silo.
Let's take a walk.
Same old Dr. Magnuson.
So, you ever used an AR-2 before?
AR-2? No. Now, an AR-3, sure. Plenty of times.
There is no such thing as an AR-3.
Well, see, in the city, the place was lousy with AR-3s.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. So, do you know what the alternative fire method does on the AR-2? Kills hunters. How did you city folk kill hunters?
We sure as hell didn't use guns. We would just wrestle hunters to the ground with our bare hands. I used to kill 10, 20 a day, just using my fists.
Also, when you're out in the field, you're gonna be punching hunters?
In the field? I'm not going out in the field. I'm a radio operator.
That's it. Leave. You don't need to be here, and I'm not gonna continue the lesson until you leave.
I'm staying right here.
I am serious. Leave.
So unfortunately, nothing else actually happens. He just says
Not going to continue until you leave.
he will just sit. They will just stand there and look at each other, and that's what happens. So he mentions the pulse rifles called the AR-3, AR-2 even, and nowhere else in the games is it called the AR-2. However, I believe that's possibly from. I think it possibly got that designation whilst the game was being made. Because originally, you were the first assault rifle you were going to get was going to be the AK-47, and I figured that this was going to be the second assault rifle you get, which is why it was designated AR-2. Of course, there's no AK in this game anymore, and this is the only assault rifle you get in the game.
I was so afraid I wouldn't see you again.
So this guy.
No time now, Doc.
Look at you, son.
Hey! I was watching
I know
that.
if we both stayed together,
You were watching all 4 screens.
We make a pretty good team.
So yeah. Anyway, if you
as well.
switch it back,
Suppression feels down.
Thanks.
We all have
he'll just say thanks. If you don't switch it back, I don't know what he says. Yeah, I'm back again.
What happened to you?
Dad, it's not what it looks like. I'm fine.
I guess he won't say anything. Maybe it's like the first time.
Really, I'm fine. Where's Dr. Kleiner? We should get this data to him right away.
I hate my life.
You and me both. You and me both.
Get out of the silo. This way, Gordon.
I didn't know that voice clip was in the game. I'm going to have to try and find that. I'm going to have to dig through the code. Dig through the code. What am I talking about? Dig through the files and see if I can find that MP3 clip. There's programs you can use. There's programs you can use to dig through the files, which gives me an idea for something else
Do we have any
later on.
long until the super portal's active?
We don't know, Fisher. We're keeping an eye on it.
And what about the Combine? Will we be able to launch before they attack?
It's going to be close. All it would take is one Strider to destroy our rocket. But we're ready for it.
I'm sorry we couldn't get here any sooner, Dad.
Don't worry, sweetheart. We're going to. I'm just so glad to have you back.
I'm glad to be back.
So, amusingly, he just called that head crab a head fucker, if you like. If you didn't catch that, if you did, congratulations to you. But this is where you would stick if you. Thanks for that, prick. If you still had the gnome with you, this is where you would stick the gnome. You'd stick the gnome in there. and then you would get the achievement as soon as it's closed.
All right. I was just saying hello to Alex and Gordon.
Oh, fine. No one grants me a moment's peace, but by all means, unroll the red carpet.
Good grief. I only meant they might... Oh, never mind him. Now, my dear, where is this data?
So Dr. Magnuson is like the typical, well, the stereotypical scientist, I should say. You know, incredibly smart, but not a people person. Whereas I'm not incredibly smart, and, well, I guess you could say I'm incredibly dumb and not a people person would be the better way to put it. Which I think I kind of just demonstrated my intelligence there.
For God's sake, hurry.
Yes, of course.
Another alarm?
What next in a parade of constant interruptions? Hello? Is anyone there? Anyone?
So weirdly enough, that
False alarms all
that gets used 3 times, that line, and I don't know. The Vortigaunt says it when you're in the tunnels.
You're not doing anything. Make yourself useful and find out what the hell is going on.
Dr. Magnuson says it, and then I believe another Vortigaunt says it, and I don't know if there's any, you know, it's just a case of a recycled line, or there's, you know, there's something to it.
Blast doors will have sealed due to the alert, so you'll have to go through the bottom of the launch tube. I'll open this hatch to let you down. Now, once you're down there, I'll have Uriah let you into the secondary silo.
So I like this design. It looks very Portal 2-ish.
Personnel, this is Dr. Magnuson. Since the secondary silo staff
That's a bad idea.
capable of solving their little crow problem, you will be happy to hear we have put the popular Dr. Freeman on the job. We all look forward to his remedy, and I look forward to hearing the staff's excuses for why they couldn't...
Woo-wee. Let's make it really hard for that guy as that thing freaks out. It's just like everyone hears what a great scientist Dr. Freeman is, and then he's just an absolute pain in the arse to be with. Apparently that's what Stephen Hawking was like. Apparently Stephen Hawking enjoyed the old prank here and there, and would basically get away with it because of his disability, obviously, and the fact that he was a great man. But he would just play pranks on people and have a bit of a laugh.
The Magnuson has instructed me to admit you into the secondary silo. The secondary silo can be reached through here.
So it's a bit weird that he's wearing a lab coat. I don't really see the point of it. They don't really need lab coats as such. But I would like a... See, we're getting... Well, I'm not getting it because it's on VR only, and I'm not rich enough to afford VR goggles. Oh, shit. But there's... What was it? Half-Life Alyx is coming out soon, which I don't see the point of that. See, I would have preferred... Obviously, I would have preferred Episode 3, or Half-Life 3. But if we had to have a spin-off game, I would have preferred it to be around the Vortigons. I think they're a much more interesting character than, you know, than Alyx. I mean, we already know all about Alyx anyway. The G-Man rescued her from Black Mesa. Eli Vance built Dog to protect her. I mean, what else do you really need to know? Okay, I don't know what that guy's problem was. So I don't really see how they can possibly make a game around Alex's early life. Now, Valve did say a long time ago that they were experimenting with what do you call it? Sign language. Previously, I mean, this is kind of unclear whether this is canon or not because there hasn't been a game based around it yet. But I've got a feeling that it'll be brought up in Alyx, in Half-Life Alyx and will be made canon there. But Alex supposedly had a deaf boyfriend, and they would sign language to each other, and that's how Dog and Alex communicate on stealth missions. Although, to be perfectly honest, I don't think Dog is really suited to a stealth mission. He's more like a tank than an actual an actual stealth operative, as it were. He's kind of too big and bulky for that. God, that thing's annoying. Whatever, I just walked past it. I thought I knocked it down, but evidently not. I'm not going that way. Holy shit, that guy just would not die. Please leave me alone. I've got 2 health here. Hopefully I can get this guy. Or I'll just use a crossbow, get him from range. Oh, fuck's sake, as soon as I get the crossbow out. Holy shit. Thought I got everybody, but I guess not. Take that guy down. Fuck you. Where's the shotgun then? I hate those guys so much. Just run past before the turret notices me.
Attention, Freeman. It's critical that you seal the overhead silo doors.
God, I hate having low health on this game. Especially when enemies are so ready to pepper you. Anyway, yes, we might get that. We might get that in the next Half-Life. Well, I won't, but someone might. That might. Fuck. That might be a thing you do. Maybe you'll have to use the. Because that's another thing Valve are working on. Valve are working on those new grip controllers that can tell exactly where your fingers are. So I'm wondering if that's what they're going to be using those for, which is a possibility. I would say I doubt it, because that would exclude a large amount of people that didn't have those controllers, but they've shown they're already willing to exclude people that aren't the richest and can't afford VR headsets. So, that's good. That's really good. I'm a massive fan of that. Massive fan of being excluded from something I've waited 13 years for now. Luckily, the old games I never get shit. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of dealing with it right now.
I will trust you to seal the silo doors.
You certainly should, but I'm kind of fighting my way through. I mean, I'm vaguely interested in what kind of gameplay loops Half-Life Alyx will have. Wow, that was incredibly awkward. Yeah, I'm interested in. Oh, fuck's sake, that was a misfire. I'm interested in what kind of gameplay loops Alyx will have, because there's that what do we call it? There's that VR game called Pavlov, I believe, if I remember correctly, and basically people would just port Counter-Strike maps to that and play Counter-Strike Go using that game, which was basically just VR Counter-Strike in a sense, which should make it incredibly. It did look like great fun, and I do want to play that, because there's videos of people ejecting magazines from other people's guns and stabbing them with their knife at the same time, which did look. There's another Combine Advisor. so I just want to deal with all these guys so they don't get into the thing. Makes it a lot easier to deal with. Makes it a lot easier to deal with. One more? No, that's it. So a couple slipped through and we just got to deal with these guys now quickly. Well, actually these guys.
Back to work.
Gordon, thank goodness you're okay. Dad?
Yes, Alex. Is everything okay? Is Gordon all right?
Yes, he's fine. And thanks to him, the base is secure.
Good, good. We're about to watch the transmission from Judas.
We'll head right over.
Unfortunately that screen's broken.
The Freeman must follow.
Shit. Oh, he's actually just going to kick it. Then it comes back and knocks out Alex.
If you would take the Freeman from here, I can return to my place of honor at the side of the Magnuson.
Sure thing.
They've got big feet. Big toenails.
Dr. Kleiner told me that Judith headed north in a helicopter right after they got here.
North. So we're in, I guess, up to the Arctic. Antarctic. Yeah, because we're in Eastern Europe somewhere.
I'm fairly sure I've picked out the location of the project. It's hard to say how much of it might have survived intact or whether there's anything remaining that can compromise our work if it were discovered by the Combine. We'll need to take a close look at it, of course, but I should be able to give a better opinion within a few hours. If the site is where we think it is, then it should be no more than... I'm going to cut this short. We may have been spotted.
Never have let her go.
There was no stopping her, Eli. Wait a moment. There's something else here. It's the Borealis.
It certainly is.
Incredible.
What? The Borealis? It's real?
Oh yes, quite real, despite its almost legendary stature. Our peers at Aperture Science were at work on a project of some promise, but in their rush to beat Black Mesa for funding, they must have compromised ordinary standards of risk. We heard their research vessel had simply disappeared, vanished, with all hands, and even part of the dry dock. Few believed the Borealis would ever be seen again.
It should have been lost forever.
Ah, but now that we've found it, we can use it against the Combine.
Did you...
Use it. That thing has to be destroyed.
But think of the advantage for humanity. We can't simply waste all that
Has
potential.
Black Mesa taught you anything? There's no controlling that kind of power.
Well, yes. There's always a risk, Eli. But my goodness, we have coordinates, blueprints, hailing frequencies. Quite ingenious of Dr. Mossman to hide it all in the carrier way.
Well, that means she's still alive up there. But if the Combine catch her, they'll tear out everything she knows. There'll be nothing left of her.
But we don't know for sure
I won't
that...
take that chance. I'm going after her.
Now, Eli, the only thing worse than Judith falling into their hands would be if they should get a hold of you. She may know the particulars of the Borealis, but you know everything about the Resistance.
Listen to Dr. Kleiner, Dad. Gordon and I are more than able to handle this.
Yeah, I mean, we've gone through so much shit already. You're an old man with a peg leg.
Oh, fine. The code. Yes, Magnuson. It just needs a little bit longer.
You're waiting for the Combine's go-ahead. They'll soon be here to give it to you in person.
I'll hurry it along, Magnuson. I'll be back as soon as I finish.
Dad, are you okay?
I can't let it happen again. Not under the Black Mesa.
Dad, prepare prepare for unforeseen consequences.
What did you say?
Dad! Okay. It's okay. Just lean into me. Let's get you off your feet.
Thank you, baby. I'll be fine in a minute or two.
Okay. Do you need anything?
Actually, Alex, would you mind getting me a cup of tea? There's a hot plate in the old staff room.
I'll be right back. Gordon, just keep an eye on him.
We're not going anywhere.
So this is one of those things where I really hate the timing. I mean, it's done intentionally, but it's one of those things that it couldn't have come at a worse time.
The last time I heard those words was back at Black Mesa. You had just stepped into the test chamber when he whispered them in my ear. You know who I'm talking about. Our mutual friend.
Yes.
When you brought in that crystal, I knew I should have aborted that damn test, but I didn't. The whole world went to hell that day.
Yeah, basically.
And now he's using my little girl, putting words in her mouth.
Thank God it's just words.
Damn it. I should have known when he rescued her it was for his own damn reasons. Gordon, there's so much I need to tell you.
There really is.
Between us, we may finally have a chance.
That is the worst possible timing.
Is everything all right?
There's nothing, honey.
All right, people, change of plans. There is no way we can launch before those Striders are... Oh, excuse me if I'm interrupting tea time. I'll just walk out until you've finished, if that's more convenient. Well, Freeman, I believe I've found the perfect use for you. Follow me, quickly.
We'll talk later.
I'll catch up with you in a bit.
Yeah, so unfortunately we never find out what Eli wanted to tell us. And that is the worst thing.
One of those damn things could shoot down.
There's so much he could tell us.
Don't dare launch until
Wait, wake up in there.
Now, you've proved yourself capable, and the staff seem to respect you. Therefore, I'm putting defense of White Forest.
Come on.
This ingenious new weapon of mine.
Stop sitting on your laurels. Stop resting on your laurels.
Not my
Get off your arse.
you understand, but seem to please the personnel. Now look lively in there. Warm up the delivery port. Whatever you say. Now, what it is a sort of sticky bomb, although cleverer than that makes it sound. From your point of view, you merely pitch the device at the Strider's hull, then blow it up. I've struggled with a mechanism for launching the device, but, well, your zero-point energy field manipulator clears up that little problem. Now follow me, and we'll let you get in some practice while we still have time.
Anyway, yeah, so this section just teaches you about the...
Don't be alarmed, Freeman. This Strider's days of impaling your friends are a thing.
Somehow they managed to get it intact.
Now,
Or maybe they just rebuilt it, is most likely the case, considering all the scaffolding. It doesn't actually look like it's connected, so it's... Oh no, I take that back, it is connected. For a second there, I thought it was in pieces, but it was just being held together with scaffolding.
go ahead and take... That's right. There you go.
So it's kind of weird that they give you the 9mm, an infinite box of 9mm.
Firing at you.
Especially considering how little it's actually been used. We basically had full ammo for the entire...
Send the target to the far end of the rail.
entirety of this game. Because I mean, you already start with the gravity gun, which is already a massive improvement over the 9mm,
Very well. Try it now.
and you get the crowbar rather. Just about.
Magnificent device, isn't it? I'll be right over here when you are ready to head up.
Certainly. So there's no real point doing it anymore. I mean, you can if you want, but
Had enough? Your car is fueled and ready to go. Now, every building in the valley has its own dispenser port, so you'll have ample supply of explosives. Now, I must get back to my rocket, Freeman.
I'm relying on you not to squander my trust or my magnificence. Oh, and Freeman, if you pull this off, I might just forgive you for that debacle at Black Mesa. You know the one I mean, involving a certain microwave casserole.
So I really like that. I really like that little callback. It's a pretty good. I was thinking of going back through Black Mesa again once it's finally fully released, because it's been so long since I've played that.
With your car. Check it out. I added a rack for Magnuson devices back here.
That's cool. So it's actually entirely possible for you to bring one of those deactivated devices and stick it on your car, which even if you do stick it onto the hull of a Strider, it won't detonate.
Now check this map. We're right here at the south end of the valley. Rest of the gang's up north by the old sawmill here.
Oh, they're looking for clues.
Up there, and they'll fill you in on the battle plan. I'll be staying here to watch the field and send status updates. Good luck out there.
Alrighty. Let me in and we'll drive off. So this is kind of the final area, the boss arena, if you like. The boss fight, I should say. Valve have said they don't really make boss fights, they make boss arenas. Although that's kind of not really true when you come to Portal. But I guess for that, maybe it's just referring to the Half-Life series. Although Left 4 Dead 2 is also, and Left 4 Dead is also kind of like that. They don't really make boss fights, they make boss arenas. Where you have to deal with sort of multiple waves.
So, they've sent Freeman, have they? Good man. We've counted a dozen Striders just north of us. Our job is to keep them from reaching the base to the south. If they get close enough for one good shot at the silo, the whole launch is a bust. And in case Striders aren't bad enough, recon indicates they're being escorted by packs of hunters. Now, what I want you to do...
Attention! North perimeter breach.
Alright, people, this is it.
So, time to move our arse, because this first Strider doesn't give us much time at all. Well, actually, no, it's the second Strider. The second Strider doesn't give you much time at all. So we've got, unfortunately, I don't have any. Come on then. Okay, so it takes about 3. So unfortunately, the hunters will stop you from. Are you kidding me? Bounced off of his leg. Time to move my arse. That was incredibly unfortunate. Bounced off of the back of his leg. Shit, I'm bad at this. Kind of panicking because I don't want this sawmill to go. There we go. So this second... Yeah, this second Strider really doesn't give you much chance at all. It just rushes over here, and you've got to be incredibly quick. Whew, just like that. Save the sawmill. Yes, there's an achievement, and it's incredibly difficult. Well, as long as if you quick save often, then it's kind of fine. But yeah, there's an achievement that was basically, I think, was actually the last achievement I got in this game, or it might have been the grubs. But yeah, basically you have to save every single building in this section, and you're not allowed one of the Striders to destroy a building, which can be a massive pain in the arse to do. If you quick save it enough and quick load, then you'll get it. It'll take like a few tries. Hopefully I can knock this hunter out. Did that work? No, it's still alive. But it did massive damage. Yeah, so unfortunately we don't have any AR. That's exactly what I wanted. Come on. Oh, fuck's sake, come on. That's annoying. That was the one I just got from the sawmill. And I've rushed my arse back over here. Yeah, so the hunters are a real pain in the arse in this section because you need them for, well, they, like I say, they destroy your bombs. Even if they're attached to the hull, they will attack your bombs and knock them off the strider. Incredibly annoying. Real pain in the ass to deal with. That strider's gone. That hunter, I should say, has gone quite far from his team. Come on. Just eat shit, will you? Oh boy. Shit. There we go. Not much health left, but we'll have to make do. We'll have to try and catch up this strider. Now there are health stations. Holy shit. There are health stations around the place. And never mind then. I was going to say, yeah, there are various health stations, first aid stations around this area. Basically wherever a supply depot is. Oof, that was a close one. So I'm going to need to quickly pick up some supplies from one of these buildings. Let's shoot our way through. Grab up all these supplies, exactly what I needed.
Take this med kit.
Thank you very much, that was very kind of you, good sir. And let's hop.
We'll keep the outposts stocked with help.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so you want to save the outposts because, as he just said, they keep them supplied, and you really don't want to lose a single one. This guy's coming for the sawmill. I've got to be rather quick here. Luckily, we've got that guy. That's 2. Thanks for that, you prick. Anytime you try to record. Right, so we're good for now. Well, we were.
Another strider coming towards the sawmill.
Excuse me, lad. So this guy is possibly another fast lad. But we've got some hunters coming in. Let's see what else have we got. Magnum. Annoying how slow this thing is to fire. It's very powerful, but when you have to fight against these guys, let's see if I can get this bastard. Excelente. So the first section, God's sake, this thing is in 2 parts really. Shit, another one by the sawmill. Let's go back this way because I can get a Magnuson device from here. And I think this might, oh God's sake. I was going to say this might be it for the shit indeed. This guy's decided to sit right in my car. So let's head to this guy because he may take down a building. Yeah. There it goes. Unfortunately, that was the first building gone. So if we were going to... Shit. If we were going for it, we would have failed. Although, if we were going for it, I would have recommended playing on easy anyway, so these guys don't take so much fucking damage. Where's the car? Yeah, they will take a frankly insane amount of damage. Or they will do it, and it's, well, both really. They both take and deal out an insane amount of damage before you can destroy them. Let's grab this and let's head us over there quickly before they destroy that building. If we're lucky, we'll get there in time. I think it might be too late though. I think I might have... if I do get there, it'll be just in the... Nah, it's way too late. Just, unfortunately, just out of time to save that one building, but... oh well, never mind, I guess. We'll have to live with that knowledge that we couldn't save all the buildings. Luckily this place is still active, so hopefully, providing this guy doesn't blow the shit out of it. Oh, I got hit the tree. That would have been a great shot if that tree wasn't in the way.